His Holiness.
Islam is saying don't ask about cricket.
Don't ask cricket.
My knowledge is even less than zero. Yes.
His Holiness, how important is it to have peace of mind?
Kasa.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Already I mentioned, and you yourself experiment. When a day is you met some of your trusted friend and spend some moment or with lunch or a few drink. I think that day is you feel happier, calm. And then one day you see you met someone, usually you feel uncomfortable, that the whole day you feel not very happy. So physically, nothing change, but mentally makes differences. And then the unhappy day, you see, you may drink more, like that. So then you may start quarrel with your wife. So peace of mind is very, very, very important. I think animal also, you see, they also, you see, also they have no language, but you see, they also loves, you see, peace of mind. No immediate disturbances. And they remain like that. But since we have this much sort of sophisticated intelligence, much sophisticated brain, so brain, I think, have the ability to create more disturbances or to create peaceful mind. Animals have no. So since we have this sort of remarkable brain, now you must utilize this brain for further strengthening our basic human value. Now existing our education system, not adequate. The so-called modern education is very much oriented about material value. Next question.
His Holiness, do you have any good meditation techniques to fall asleep?
Meditation techniques to fall asleep. Meditation that should please.
你会啊个 That I don't know. I think some indirectly, when your mind peace, then sleep also, you see, automatically or by naturally, you see, come. Your mind much disturbed and too much anxiety, too much sort of anxious, and too much stress and anger, of course. These are very bad for, I think, for sleep. Like that. At the sleeping pill. Just, you see, temporary. One day, 2 days, okay. If you rely on taking sleeping pill, then eventually less effect. Then amount of the pill because of increase. That very harmful for our body. So relax your mind and go there. Usually, I spend 9 hours sleep. Very peaceful. Around 6 p.m. sleep. Then 3 a.m. wake up. Then at least 4 hours, some meditation, like that. Now there are some indication. Now memory about name, Ming Chen, those do.
So my memory for remembering names when it's weak.
Name of person, name of certain text. That now I think around I think 2 years. Now there is some indication. Now more and more difficult, remember. But otherwise my brain very sharp, no problem. Next question?
In the spirit of oneness and religious harmony, what are the daily actions that we human beings can take to assist with this?
Kosa. Not very clear, Kosa.
His Holiness spoke about his commitments, a sense of oneness for humanity and religious harmony. As human beings, what actions can we take to help?
We are, as the social animal, we always remain a community. Even one stranger come, you show them sameness of oneness, sameness of human being. Show them at the beginning. Now when I go, see, my practice is when I go different place, so unknown person, I show smile. I know without any introduction, I know. As soon as one nose, 2 eyes, human face, okay, I always smile. Then most cases, they also smiling at me. So occasionally, you see, they inspire my smile. They don't respond, smile. Then if it's close, or then sometimes because someone is a loser.
Tickle. Tickle them.
What called?
Tickle.
Or tickle. Then smile come. There's some occasionally, some distance, when I smile. Their response. One occasion in Germany, one function after dark. So I going or coming back, from that sort of function. On the street, one young German lady coming there. As usual, so I smile. Then that young girl seems to see develop some suspicion. Then like this, a strange dress. So she seems to see she gets some suspicion. Instead of smiling or more negative attitude, then I also have the liberty to turn my face. So like that, I think wherever we mix with people, first you show friendly attitude. Then I think 90% they also respond that way. That's way. If you expect something nice from their side, then not very sure. Your side must show generosity because of that respect or love. Then response come. If response not come, then you have freedom, you do some other things. Okay. I feel like that. Birds also, I think they love affection when you're feeding them sincerely. Eventually, the bird comes here on your hand and picking or something. I noticed that in Austria, one garden, many people, you see, carry some seeds and remain like this, and some bird come and eating. Very nice. Like that. Now, next question.
Your Holiness, it's nice to meet you. Over the years, through a political point of view, which leader have you enjoyed spending the most time with, or who has the best sense of humour?
Karsa.
Lord Mandorin,
Ka.
Uti, Chelsea, Uti, Mamma J, or this thing, Torum Chick, Toshuto, Chop Toshuto, Such.
I think among the spiritual leader, Bishop Tutu, wonderful. Since first meeting, eventually we become a very close friend. So often when we come together, he always teasing me, and he described me mischievous Dalai Lama. And I also respond him mischievous bishop. Wonderful person. Wonderful person. Then, of course, some Indian spiritual leaders. Just a few days, just like 2 days ago, I was in Mathura, near Delhi. Very close friend of mine. One part, great practitioner, sadhu, and then very knowledgeable person, and meantime very practical. So wonderful. So I always call him my spiritual brother. Wonderful. And some Christian. On Kazan, John Mains, the follower, Kasati, Komar.
Father Lawrence Freeman. Lawrence Freeman. Father Lawrence Freeman.
Oh, Father Lawrence Freeman. A wonderful person. Wonderful person. Then among the leaders or politicians, and there are many, first Indian President, Rajendra Prasad. Wonderful. This 1956, I met, and then 1959, wonderful person. And then, of course, many leaders whom I have opportunity meeting. Then recently was a day, Kasajuti.
Harvard.
Oh, Hubble, wonderful, wonderful person. Now no longer. Then Bush, Junior Bush. As a human level, as I mentioned earlier, whenever I meet people, I don't care what is their position. I always look on a human level. Then like President Bush, my first meeting in the White House, as usual, some tea, and some cookies. Then I express, which cookie is better? Then he immediately responded, this is better, this is better. He immediately, you see. So then I felt he really acting like human being. Sometimes, you see, leaders, you see, remain a little bit distant. So as a human being, I really love Mr. Bush. So since we become very close friends, so after Iraq war happened, then another occasion, my meeting, I told him, I love you, I respect you, but some of your policy is concerned, I have some reservation. He smiled. like that. Yes, next.
Your Holiness, the Chinese occupy your country, Tibet, at the moment. What would you say to the Chinese leader if you met him?
가자.
미
이제
우리 제베 있는 가르치 중에
I often, you see, when I meet some Chinese retired officials, some businessmen, some professors, you see, occasionally we met. I have the opportunity meeting such people. Then I always say, telling them, China, people's world with China, most populated nation. And anyway, China is traditionally Buddhist country. So Buddhism is part of your own culture. Now today, the Buddhist population in China, around 400 million Buddhist population. Then they, under the leadership of Communist Party, they should make some effort for promotion of Buddhist psychology or certain Buddhist philosophy. Already there are large number of Buddhists there. And then also, I'm telling them, as far as socio-economic theory is concerned, I am Marxist. What do you think? Reason, you see, when Karl Marx, you see, they are in Europe, the industrialization, now they are coming. So the workers, factory worker, and also people who are mining, I think much sort of suffering, too much exploitation. So he stand these workers because of proletariats. Because of sitting
proletariats.
So in his economic theory, you see, he emphasizes equal distribution. So that's the seed of socialism. So I very much attracted Marxist theory of economy, equal distribution, and concern about right of working class people. There's majority, there's needy people. So I agree his view, socio-economic theory. So I'm Marxist. But I totally against Leninism. Lenin, during wartime, civil war, so you see, he very much sort of involved a wartime mentality, tight control, suppression, mercilessly, and secrecy. So unfortunately, the original Marxism spoiled by Leninism. And then Chairman Mao, and then Stalin, of course, everybody knows. Too much sort of ruthless. Like that. And then Chairman Mao Zedong, I think original leader of Chinese Communists. I think originally, their motivation is, I think, sincere, good. After they establish the government, after they take all power, then I think power spoiled themselves. And also drop secrecy, much secrecy. And also I think the leader themselves also do not know what's the reality. So therefore, for example, when Hu Yanpang become the chairman of the party, when he visit different place, before he visit the different place, he sent his own trusted some friend and study as a reality. Then they give him the report. And when he actually reached this place, the officials on the spot, you see, reporting some nice things. Then sometimes he scolded, I know reality, don't tell lies. So I think, I often is telling my Chinese friend, so therefore, Communist Party, I think should start to work effort for promotion of human value. The Marxism very much related to that, and promotion of also the education about our inner value. So this does not mean against party. Party itself, a follower of Marxist, so Marxism. And now, because due to lack of belief that, so now China, no longer socialist country. One of my great friend, of course, I really admire the late president of one Nobel laureate, late president of Israel, Shimon Peres. Wonderful. His pronunciation of English, a little bit difficult, but his knowledge, remarkable, really remarkable. And in some previous meeting, some Nobel laureate criticized about China, and sometimes he defend because he is socialist, so he has some sympathy towards China. So then almost I think the last meeting, end of one of the later meeting, on occasion we together on lunch. Then I asked him, what is your opinion? Now People's Republic of China is socialist country or not? And he immediately said, no longer socialist country, capitalist, he told me like that. So therefore, you see this, the things are being open, the economy, sort of was the liberalization economy. So Deng himself, you see, expressed, so long mice catch, white mouse, a white cat or black cat, no differences. So eventually, a lot of black cat come. So a lot of corruptions and huge gap, rich to poor. Very sad, very sad. I often meeting with Chinese from mainland China. One occasion, again to some Chinese, some the teachers, more educated people. Then one villager, very poor, his physical also very poor, his dress also very poor. Then you see the meeting room, sitting room. I usually sit one chair here, and then some the more better kasuda.
Intellectuals.
More sort of scholars or better sort of because of the life. And then the poor villager used to sit there, other side. So then I, as a socialist, I pay more attention towards that poor villager than those more sort of the well-being Chinese. Then I asked, condition, his own village. He told me, in his village, very poor, no one taking care about the farmers' life. The local officials, their only concern is money. Therefore, their position used for money, not taking care about villagers. Like that. This is totally against Marxism. So therefore, in order to revive the genuine Marxism, I think Chinese people need some education. Now, Buddhist concept about altruism, karuna, relevant. So I often use the expressing like that. Then often I'm sort of telling, whenever I meet some Chinese nowadays, they say, I think every week some Chinese from mainland China come to see me. Every week, 15, 20, like that. Whenever you see the Chinese from mainland China come, seeing me, many of them tear. Like that. So therefore, I'm telling you, see, 1.3 billion Chinese people have every right to know the reality. And once 1.3 billion Chinese people knows the reality, they also have the ability to judge what is right, what is wrong. Therefore, censorship is totally wrong. I always tell them that another thing, Chinese judiciary system must sort of
Be raised.
must be raised up to international standard of judiciary system. Then those poor Chinese, they have a certain sort of also the opportunity to ask using their right. Otherwise, you see, judiciary system controlled by party, and the party individuals only interested in their own money, their own well-being. So people suffer a lot. I think the Tibetan issue, also I think very much sort of mixed with do not know what the reality. So even top leaders, I think they may not know. So many of the Chinese, when I met in America, Australia also, and different places, when we meet, at the beginning, they remain a little bit sort of
Apprehensive.
apprehensive.
No. Apprehensive.
They remain a little bit distant. When we talk, we are not seeking independence. We are very much willing to remain within the People's Republic of China. I always say, I always was impressed and admire the spirit of European Union. The member state of the European Union, and through centuries fighting, killing, in the name of sovereignty. Correct, sovereignty.
Sovereignty.
And then after Second World War, I think concerned leader, particularly Adenauer, German president, and de Gaulle, French president, during wartime, arch enemy. But after war, I think on the basis of reconciliation. Recently I was in Poland. Some Polish sort of religious leaders also, you see, very much sort of moved the forgiveness. So in any way, at that time, you see, the European Union, because the European continent, you see, the concept of reconciliation, then they start the spirit of European Union. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm one of the admirers of European Union. the spirit of European Union now must start in Latin America and also in Africa. Once the more union
Formed. Union is formed.
must start in Africa, I think many of these civil war certainly reduce, and war between small states, I think certainly reduce. And then also a lot of starvation in some countries in Africa. I think they spend a lot of money for weapon. Now I little sort of sad. The American president now, you see, spend a budget for
Defense.
for defense increasing, and also you see the president is thinking some nuclear weapon. Of course, his own view, there may be some reasons, I don't know, but looks, and then his sort of slogan, America first. I not agree. America, I really consider the leading nation of European Union, leading nation of free world. After all, America, no matter how big, still part of the world. America now should talk about humanity. So in any way, I'm one of the admirer of European Union. So Tibet case also, why not remain within the People's Republic of China? Provided we should have equal right, we should have full sort of freedom to preserve our own language, our own traditional knowledge, which I mentioned, and special care about environment, and then no problem. Isn't it? That's my view. So when I explain these things, then those Chinese, including some students, then they begin to smile. Because there's some, actually you told me, when they were inside China, they have very negative sort of image of Dalai Lama. When they actually meet me, some actually express to me, big differences, what they heard about you when they were in China, and actually meeting the real person, big differences. So the censorship and create also because of the wrong image. Wrong image. You see, that's, I think, one of the source of the problem. Okay. Now some picture, group picture. Come.